Passing is a term used for a transgender person who could be mistaken for a cisgender person. Paris Lees or Aidan Dowling or Laverne Cox, people who fit conventional beauty standards and could disappear into cis society if they chose to do so. I do not pass, and I have mixed feelings about that. My mixed feelings about and criticisms of the general importance of passing come with a whole mountain of disclaimers. Passing is important to a lot of trans people, and for very good, very valid reasons. In many cases, not being visibly trans is a safety issue, both in the more visceral I don't want to get stabbed sense, and also in the broader economic security sense, as in not wanting to face discrimination at work or lose your house. For others, it's a dysphoria issue. Dysphoria varies from person to person, both in how debilitating it is and in how it presents, and for some people, any hint of their assigned gender, any visible trace of it, causes extreme pain. Whatever the reason, I have zero interest in criticising any individual for wanting to be cis-passing. But, and there's a big but, or a whole string of medium-sized buts, just passing as a general notion really bothers me. Importantly, passing does not just generally mean looking feminine if you're a trans woman or looking masculine if you're a trans man. It specifically means being so convincing that someone wouldn't know that you're trans or wouldn't be able to work out that you're trans. While I understand the motivations to be able to hide this element of yourself until you're able to or want to tell people on your own terms, the majority of the motivations for wanting to be cis-passing need to get in the bin. The fact that successfully hiding your transness makes it less likely that you will be attacked or passed over for promotion or evicted or fired or harassed in the street is terrible. The right to privacy is one thing, but anybody feeling like they have to hide something about themselves for safety reasons, that's just wrong. Every individual sets their own priorities when it comes to their own transition, and that's absolutely great, but certainly when it comes to community goals, and particularly support from non-trans allies, I do feel that the focus really needs to be on making it safe to be seen as trans, rather than on helping us to hide. Putting the focus on passing is really dangerous. I mean, for a start, even if we wanted to, not everybody can pass. Binary trans people whose bodies don't fit traditional beauty standards often really struggle, and there's no such thing as a cis-passing non-binary person, because there's no such thing as a cis non-binary person. Well, I guess if you're a non-binary intersex person who was fortunate enough not to have been assigned a gender at birth regardless, then that would be a cis non-binary person. But even if that person does exist, they are enough of an edge case that there is no sort of culturally shared understanding of what a non-binary person looks like, and that's relevant from the perspective of passing, so this is all kind of academic. I am getting off topic. So, not everybody can pass, and then even of the people who can, not everybody wants to, because for some people it would involve a huge amount of time and effort that they would frankly rather spend doing something else, or involve dressing and acting in a way that's not actually particularly authentic. Like trans guys who keep their hair long and wear eyeliner sometimes, or butch lesbian trans women. Putting too much emphasis on passing runs the risk of making trans people effectively responsible for their own harassment. Maybe if you'd spent an extra hour in front of the mirror this morning to look more feminine, this wouldn't have happened. Or how do you expect anybody to treat you like a man if you wear shirts like this? Get in the bin. So no, I don't pass, and I don't particularly want to. I don't care if people look at me and know I'm trans. I do not aspire to be a cis person. Here is what I do want, though, and something that would go quite a long way to alleviating some of my dysphoria. Someone guessing I'm trans and being shitty about it, I have defences for that. That just rolls off, does not even bother me. People not being able to figure out my gender, also fine. The thing that stings is people looking at me and just seeing a woman without even a question mark or a second thought. I can't keep the general public from looking at people and making assumptions about their gender. And when people do that to me, I would like them to come away with either male or dunno. I wish there was a term for that.